As I was going to my friend's place, I went to the gas station, or I don't know how you call it in other places, but that's how we call it in America. We call it the gas station, and I got myself a couple sodas, pop. I don't know how you call it in other countries, but in America we call it sodas and pop, and or whatever you call it. And I got myself a couple of Diet Pepsis from the gas station, and I was thinking as I was going to my friend's place, how how when you go into a store and you see different things to buy, and you're like, how long? Have you ever thought how long would it take you to actually buy everything there? I mean, how many days, how many different items? Because you want to take advantage of getting things. If you don't like it, of course, you're not going to go for it, and you're not going to buy it. You're not going to pay for it. But if you're just going there to uh like I say, if you want to try different things. For instance, how many times do we go to our favorite restaurant, or our restaurant that we like, and we say, well, it'd be interesting to try everything on the menu. And there are people like that. You'd be surprised how many people are like that in the world, that have went to a restaurant and they tried everything from the menu and they like it. But how many times do we not experience the things of life, of going to your favorite restaurant? For instance, I like Chinese food, and I want to say try different things. And every once in a while, I'll do that, where I'll try different things. But isn't it interesting how in this world we very seldom try new things? This is, like I say, a question we all have to ask ourselves. Do we try different things? Do we go to the restaurant? Do we dig deep and say, okay, instead of getting the sesame seed chicken, I'm going to get something different? For instance, say I want to, like I say, like I say, you just never, a lot of times we never actually follow through with getting our favorite, or getting something different at our restaurant that we like. For instance, you know, if you've been to Subway, you've probably been to Subway. Maybe you haven't, and or maybe you go to other places and you say, you know what, I'm going to try something completely different. But we, you know, and that goes back to change. You see, uh, we don't like change. Each of us have to ask ourselves why. But this is not about change. This is more about, well, it's about change. Also, changing it up at a restaurant. Uh, it's kind of interesting how we never really think about actually going to a restaurant and doing something completely different. Every once in a while, I'll do that, and I know it's beneficial for us because we want to do it. This short existence, it would be nice. Perhaps you really, it's one of those things. We're reluctant to do that. You see, but I'm encouraging you, maybe, to, if you go to a different restaurant, perhaps you make different food. Perhaps you make the same thing. A variety of life, a variety of things in life is the key. It'll break up things. Trying new things will benefit you. It will truly, each of us has a role to examine this. Do we look at the menu at the restaurant, or at a gas station, or a grocery store, or a place where you buy food, a convenience store? Perhaps you like to shop. Perhaps I am encouraging you to try different things. Now, the next day, I think me and my friend are going to go out to eat Wednesday. this is a different friend. I'm not talking about the friend that I originally, when I went to the gas station, how long would it take to buy different things, and at what length would I try different things and say, oh, I'm going to try this. Because a lot of times we're creatures of habit. We like to do the same thing. It's convenient, and we just like to not buy. We like to buy the same thing. And I'm encouraging you to really dig deep and get to if you go to a convenience store, try something completely different. Because I'm going to do it, and I'm encouraging you too. You could do it. You could dig deep and really try to get maybe something different. Perhaps you, instead of getting a sandwich, unless you're allergic to it. I mean, there's certain, you might have food allergies. So for medicinal purposes, you can't eat shrimp because there's individuals out there that have shrimp allergies. So you would avoid shrimp. Obviously, you would avoid shrimp allergies, and you would, like I say, you would get something that's more conducive to your recommended food intake. Some people need to have that. They have the celiac or the pheliac or whatever the disease is, where they can't have gluten. They have to have gluten-free food. And I was just thinking how gluten-free is actually good. I was just eating the other day. I was eating some chips that had gluten-free chips in there, and gluten-free is actually good for the body. It's not bad. There's a place where there's a Mexican restaurant. They have a lot of gluten-free choices at a restaurant. This is a Mexican restaurant, like I said. They have different selections from the gluten-free menu. They do a lot of gluten-free, you see. But I just wanted to share that with you. Also, I am trying to look for that potential Earth-like planet in our own solar system. Why is it being kept secret? Why? Why is it being kept secret? Are these same individuals and scientists and news agencies afraid to try new things? Afraid to give us more information? They're the same individuals that go to a restaurant and probably have the very same thing. I just wanted to share that, guys. It's kind of ironic. All right. You all have a great day, and thank you for listening to the Random Green Podcast.